Hey guys, this episode of Make It Real has been sponsored by Fortnite, which means we're going to build a Fortnite project. Now, building a battle bus or even a Fortnite glider, well, that's a little ambitious for a first project. So we're actually going to be making a melee weapon from the franchise instead. Specifically, this thing, the Kryptonite Slicer. An awesome sword by itself, with a burning hot edge on the back for even more destruction. Now, just a note, this is from Fortnite Save the World, and is not actually available in the Battle Royale game. Anyway, before we start building it, I want to tell you guys a little bit about Fortnite, since, you know, they sponsored the video. So unless you've been living under a rock, Fortnite is one of the biggest games on the internet right now. And for good reason, too. It's free to play and available on almost all platforms. PC, Mac, PS4, Xbox One, the Switch, iOS, and even Android. It's a Battle Royale style game, which means 100 players drop onto an island to duke it out. Play solo, in duos, or in squads of 4 people. The last team standing wins. One of the unique features of this game is the environment is completely destructible, and you can build your own structures too. With the Season 6 update, there are tons of new characters and content being added to the game. Jump in yourself using my link in the description below. Now, let's build the slicer. First, we gotta design it. To design the slicer, we're going to be using Solidworks, which is a 3D CAD software that's used by the engineering industry. Now, just like the Han Solo blaster, we're going to be using a picture of the slicer, and then we're actually going to trace the outline to create the 3D model. Alright, now that we have the model done, let's start adding some details. And a few more details. A few more. Alright, now let's add the image of the sword as a texture so it looks just like the game. Do you know what time it is now? It's time to plasma cut. Where's the laptop?
What? Oh, Elena using it.
Optimize for maximum material
Actually,
usage.
it's not. See, if I mirrored that one there, then...
Do a little bit of welding.
We're done.
Sharpen the blade. And finish designing it.
Bring me a pumpkin. This reminds me of,
What? Fortnite? Because that's what it should remind you of.
Let's
Where did I put those batteries?
Ooh. That's a lot of batteries. We're using all of those to power the slicer.
All right, James is working on a Stormbreaker. So I'm gonna finish designing Slicer.
So before we finish the slicer, thought we'd test it. What better way to test it than on a balloon filled with oobleck? Oobleck is a non-Newtonian fluid, which means it acts like a solid under any sudden impacts, but a liquid when it's left to its own devices. Alright, that oobleck was too easy. Let's try the world's strongest substance known to man. Juice boxes. Wow, I broke the wood in the opposite direction, perpendicular to my attack. That's a special bonus. I drink the blood of my enemies.
Bring me a pumpkin.
Not quite. All right, now tempered glass is actually really strong, so let's see what happens. It's pretty friggin' strong. Tell you what, next time I swing the sword, I won't even swing the sword, and I will break that cleanly-ish in two. Wonder how I'm gonna do it? Well, you're gonna have to stick around to the end of the video. All right, so this is the very first test of the slicer. Now, this thing packs some serious power. We've got 12 lithium polymer batteries here. Each can actually put out 300 amps. To see the complete circuit diagram, check out our page at maker.io. All this power is running through 2 automotive relays rated for 200 amps each. So, should work, but now's the moment of truth. So I just have to press this button here, and we'll just, and I can't see anything. All right, ready? Hey! 700 amps, 500 amps, 400 amps, 300 amps. We're in the safe zone. Nothing can go wrong except for that. That looks pretty good. Ooh, it smells pretty good. Holy crap. 350 amps, look at that. It's already, wow, it expanded, Ian. It pushed your joint over to the right. Well, yeah, heat makes things expand. Shoot. Alright, see how fast it burns some wood. 350 amps. Whew. Instant heat, look at that. Oops. Chunk of lead. Everyone loves lead poisoning. Do 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 do. Oh my god. Do 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 do. All right, the blade kind of stopped it. Wow. This project's pretty legit. Don't breathe this. The cool thing about this design is this titanium tube actually has a tungsten core. Now, tungsten has a melting point of over 3,600 Celsius, which means the outside titanium will melt before this loses its shape, which is pretty darn cool. And since titanium has a melting point of something like 16 to 1800,
15 to 16, yeah.
15 to 1600 Celsius, we can get this over 1,000 degrees Celsius, and it will still be able to cut things. Let's break some. it's time to test it out. If you guys haven't tried Fortnite yet, I've got a link in the description below, and it's completely free to play. And they sponsor this project, which allowed us to make this awesome sword. Let's see what I can do. I'll demonstrate just how hot it is by touching it. That is quite scary looking. Like, like seriously, like. All right, time for a real test. That was awesome.
One vial of slurp juice.
Whoa. Whoa, that's pretty cool. Ooh. Here we go. Woo-hoo. So the cool thing is, we could add a flamethrower attachment super easily to this to turn into the Fortnite Slicer flame sword, which I don't think exists. Nope, not hot enough. We've got an Ivan head from Zombie Go Boom. Let's see what I can do. Now that's what I call a zombie weapon. Let's see how the Captain America shield fares against the Slicer. You scared? Oh, made a little sparky. So due to the massive size of the Captain America shield, it's actually wicking all the heat away from the blade, which actually makes it a pretty good defensive weapon against a red-hot Slicer. But I could just use the blade side. Oh, there goes the GoPro. All right, so earlier in this episode, we tried to break tempered glass using the blade of the Slicer, and it actually stood up pretty good and didn't break. And I promise you guys that the next time I tried breaking the glass, I wouldn't even swing the sword. So let's see what happens. Like, I know, like, tempered glass kind of just explodes, but like, this is heat. Does it explode outward now? Like, at least when you hit it, it breaks down because you're hitting it. And I gotta be ready to catch the sword. That was freaking sweet. That was awesome. Boom! Fortnite Kryptonite Slicer. Play Fortnite today. All right, so that first take was so awesome, we've got to actually film this again in much slower slow motion. I think we're filming at 7,000 frames a second? 6,000 frames a second. The first shot was only 1,500 frames a second. So let's see if we can actually see the glass cracks propagate as the extreme heat in this causes the glass to shatter. Are you scared sitting there? I think the glass is actually taking some of the heat out. It's kind of nerve-wracking because it just explodes. Batteries are getting really toasty. Oh, it's stuck. It's stuck to the blade!
Is it melted?
Is it melted? What have we created? Alright, that was awesome. This is probably one of my favorite projects now. It just works so well. Big thank you to Fortnite for sponsoring this build. If you guys haven't tried playing yet, there's a link in the description below. And if this video does really well, maybe we'll try some other projects from Fortnite. Maybe even a glider. Plus, if you guys want to try rebuilding some of our projects, including this one and others, support us on Patreon to be able to download the 3D models. And we'll probably be using this project again in the future, so if you guys have any ideas of what we should try cutting and burning with it, let us know in the comments below. As always, make sure you subscribe and hit that notify bell. You're not going to want to miss the next episode.
Oh, it is too wet. No.
You're making me look bad, Ian.